What's good YouTube, Dawson here from JD Hunters, back with another video. I know it's been a while since our last video on the channel. I feel like I say this all the time. Sometimes there just isn't stuff for us to film, but finally, I mean, everything is delayed these days, so all the figures that we do have ordered are just being pushed back and pushed back. I ordered these right here, which you probably know what they are from the title of this video, but I ordered these in the summer, I think either June or July. They were supposed to come in August. Then they emailed me, told me that they were delayed till September, and then they didn't come, and then I sent them an email and they said they're delayed till October, and here we are, like a third of the way through November. They finally arrived. But yeah, man, I got hit with duties on these. I don't normally get hit with duties when I order stuff straight from Japan, but I got 2 figures this time, obviously, instead of 1, so the price was apparently a little bit too high, and the price of these figures is high enough as it is, so wasn't super thrilled about that, but it's okay. I'm super excited to get these figures, super excited to show you guys. Before I open up this box, make sure you hit that like button if you want to see more Demon Slayer content on the channel. I should have some more packages coming in. I also want to do my November Dragon Ball SH Figure Arts collection video. I know you guys love those videos. So be on the lookout for that, as well as maybe some other stuff. We'll probably be back out on the hunt again soon. So if you're new here, lots of new content coming, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are getting very close. We might even be at 800 subscribers by the time you're watching this. So I'm going to say it. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. That's been our goal since the beginning. So help us get there. Hit that button if you haven't already. And guys, I've waited long enough. Let's open up this box. All right, guys, here we go. This is probably the most excited I've been for a figure, or I guess 2 figures, for as long as I can remember. Always exciting when you can start a new line of figures. I'm definitely on all of the Demon Slayer hype as I shake my whole entire setup here. Hold on. So here we go, guys, straight from Japan. I got these from Mecha Japan. Normally I get my figures from either Hobby Genkai or Plaza Japan, but I was a little bit late on deciding to buy the Demon Slayer Figma stuff. And they were sold out pretty much everywhere except for here. Obviously not their fault. That stuff got delayed, and same with the import stuff. Bam. 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 So first thoughts, this packaging is absolutely beautiful. We get the gold stripe on the bottom for the DX Deluxe Edition. Can see that there. I got the deluxe for both of these. They just came with different accessories that to me just made it worth it. Definitely been introduced to a couple of new figure lines this year. I got my first Mafex figure. I got the Infinity War Thor, and then if you guys saw my unboxing of the Amazing Yamaguchi Bakugo figure, I also have Deku now as well. So this is my 3rd new line of figure, my first time ever opening up and looking at a Figma figure. Yeah, it became a pretty easy decision. I wasn't sure at first, but I am big on the Demon Slayer hype train. I'll show off these boxes as I talk. See the side art there, looks beautiful. And yeah, I really just decided I wanted to start collecting Demon Slayer figures. So it's between the Figma line. The other line of figures is the BuzzMod figure. They come with like cloth goods. They scale a little bit bigger. So for me, looking at the 2 of them, 1, I think these ones look better, the Figma ones, and 2, they are significantly more expensive, the BuzzMod figures, which is crazy because these are already the most expensive figures I've ever bought. So let's start with Tanjiro. Nezuko is my favorite. You guys saw my shirt in the intro. Let me know, who's your favorite Demon Slayer character as we slide Tanjiro out? I'm still not sold. I feel like every other anime I've watched, my favorite character has been obvious to me. Maybe it's just because we're only like 1 season and a little bit with the movie, I guess, into it as we look at the Tanjiro box. Just beautiful packaging. But yeah, I still haven't like fully decided who my favorite Demon Slayer character is, but I think we need to do that tier list video to get that decision made. I feel like if I had to say it right now, it's probably Nezuko, but I do love Zenitsu. I love Kanio as well. So yeah, man, definitely excited for where this line is heading as we pull Tanjiro out. Wow. But as I was saying, BuzzMod is a little bit ahead of them in terms of figures they've already released. They've already made their Rengoku. Shinobu is coming as well. And then there are a couple other characters that have already released in that line. But looking at all of the Figma figures coming out, we've got Zenitsu, who I already have pre-ordered. We have Inosuke, who I already have pre-ordered. And then they teased a Akaza as well as Rengoku as we get a look at Tanjiro, and man, he looks good. So yeah, I will definitely pre-order Akaza and Kyojiro Rengoku as soon as I can. I'm going to basically probably get every single figure from this line So yeah, I'm super excited. Like I said, I've got whatever I can pre-order, I've got pre-order, and then I, you know, managed to find these two, even though they were seemingly sold out almost everywhere. A ton of plastic on this guy. Okay, I think we've got all the plastic off them as we get our first look here. As always with these videos, I'm not going to do a formal review. There are a lot of channels that do a better job of that than me. I just like to get the figure out, give you guys my sort of initial thoughts, and then I'm going to be posing him up on my display as well as Nezuko. If you guys watched my diorama video, I built a Demon Slayer diorama a couple of months ago now, and it's just been sitting there empty, so finally going to get the figures on. And because I don't have to wait for my collection video at the end of the month like I do with my Dragon Ball figures, I can show you guys at the end of the video, so make sure you stay tuned. I will be posing him and Nezuko up on the display. So yeah guys, initial thoughts, some of the articulation feels really good. Like I said, this is my first time with a Figma figure in hand. We get a shin sort of articulation, which is crazy. I've never seen that on a figure before. Really good toe articulation as well, more than 90 degrees. That's crazy. That's the best toe articulation I think I've ever seen. Knee articulation as well, in addition to the ankle. It is a little bit limited by his cape, but this articulates as well, so never mind on that. The ab flex, really good actually. And I mean guys, look at the leg articulation, full 90 degrees. Crazy. We get 360 wrist articulation, full motion in the shoulders. He is double jointed in the elbow as well. You love to see that. Head and neck articulation, pretty standard, nothing crazy. If you guys collect, you know, different lines of figures like this, like the SH Figure Art, stuff like that, other premium figures, it's pretty on par with that. But I think just initially, you know, in the first sort of minute of having him in my hands, I think the articulation is as good as I've ever seen on a 6-inch figure. Getting a look at some of the accessories, let's get out his katana here. Of course, the black blade looks really good. We get little baby Nezuko to go inside of the box, which doesn't come with him, but I do believe it comes with the deluxe Nezuko. I think that's one of the other reasons I wanted it, to put the box on Tanjiro's back, but she looks great right there. I won't take them all out, but we do get 3 different face plates. We get this sort of cartoonish, I love the animation style in the show with like the very small pupils, the sort of scared, surprised face, whatever you want to call it. We get the really happy face, and then my favorite that I'll probably end up using is that angry face in the middle. To me, that's the most anime accurate. We get right here an extra hilt just to stick into his sheath here if you wanted to poke out inside the sheath. Very nice touch. And then of course we get the water breathing, and I can't call it fire breathing just yet. I feel like, I mean, if you read the manga you probably know what it's called. The water breathing, this attaches to the end of his sword, so this just slides in the end here. Wow, that's really smart actually. I like that. I'm worried about how easily it's going to hold up in his hands. It's kind of heavy. But I haven't watched any videos at all, so there may be like a stand or something to help it. Again, I'm not totally sure. The fire is the same, but yeah, really nicely done effect parts. I love like the translucent of it, especially on the fire. Really well done from Figma. And then in this little baggie here, we get a pretty standard flight stand, and then we get some different hands. Weird that they put them in here and not part of the clamshell like usual. But I do appreciate, and this was the same with the My Hero figures, that they give us a flight stand. It's something that I feel like Tamashii has sort of dropped the ball on in terms of their figures. When you're paying such a high price point for a figure, I feel like, you know, I know these don't cost them that much to make. I do believe this piece right here, yeah, this is going to help support either the fire or the water. I think I'm going to go with the fire, but we'll see. So we get extra pegs as well. Again, this is not a formal review. I'm not going to go over every single accessory, just sort of my quick initial thoughts. And oh man, look at this. Plastic bags are bad for the environment, but this is kind of neat. Your little Figma bag for all of your loose hands and accessories. I guess if you wanted to throw out the clamshell or the box, which I don't usually do, at least for these figures, and you could probably write Tanjiro on here. That's super cool. Again, plastic bags, bad for the environment though, but you know, there's so much plastic involved here. Yeah man, Tanjiro looks amazing. I'll play with him a little bit more, get him posed up at the end of this video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But yeah, let's open up Nezuko. All right guys, here we go. Second, but obviously not least, we have Nezuko. If I could say which one I was more excited for, we'll get a 360 of the whole box here. Beautiful artwork. Definitely, I was a little bit more excited for Nezuko than Tanjiro. But yeah, man, let me know who you want to see next in this line of Figma figures. Will they keep up with the same figures as BuzzMod? If they do, I would definitely be okay with that. I would love to get Shinobu next. but there are obviously a ton of characters we want them to make. They've sort of checked off, I think, all of the main ones with Tanjiro and Nezuko to start, of course, but we're also getting Zenitsu and Nezuko, and then they're moving into the two main sort of guys from the movie. But yeah, so many figures I want to see. I'd love to get Kanio. I'd love to get Tomioka. We get some more of the demons as well. Muzan would obviously be a great one. If I have any critiques so far, it is the amount of plastic. I mean, I guess they're trying to protect the paint on the figure, but man, it's a ton of plastic. And here she is, guys. She looks absolutely fantastic. The hair is articulated. This material here I thought would be sort of a soft, rubbery material. It's not really that soft. If you guys are familiar with the Dragon Ball line, it's not sort of like that bottom part of the gi that we get with like Zamasu or the Great Saiyaman. It is more of a harder plastic, but it does move around pretty well. Yeah, she looks great. I love the eyes. The face sculpt is fantastic. Let's take a look at some of the accessories. This is the little Lux edition. Like I said, we get the box that plugs into Tanjiro's back. That's awesome. More plastic. And it opens up and we can put little baby Nezuko in there when she shrinks down into the box. That's so cool. We get these sort of winged bottom dress parts, I think, for her to be in like more of an action pose. So they're sort of like flapping in the wind, or if we want her legs to be like spread out and more like a fighting pose, because these don't bend very well, it would give us a little bit more of an opening. So that is cool. Again, I'll just bring this closer to show the faces, the angry sort of demon face, and then I absolutely love the little just straight black pupil cartoon face that she makes in different points of the show. That's really funny. Love that addition. And then we get obviously the regular face. We get another little baggie with a flight stand. We get her hands, and then I did see, yeah, there's our special hand. We also get this like piece that can go around her head for when she's making that little black-eyed face, when she's kind of in her like little dazed funny mode. I forgot, I kind of skipped over articulation. It's essentially the same as Tanjiro. We don't get that shin articulation. It's just standard knee, ankle, and then the toe pivot. Yeah, everything else is the same. 360, good rotation. Like I said, the hair in the back is articulated. So if you want it like flying in the wind like that, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, so like I said, very quick review. I made a mess with all this plastic, but I am very pleased with both of these figures. With my concern with some of these higher end, at least what I've learned from Nezuko and the amazing Yamaguchi figures, that I was worried about with these because they're a little bit, I don't know, smaller, at least in terms of their joints and things, that they were going to sort of fall apart easily. If you guys watched that Bakugo video, he fell apart like every 2 seconds. It was really frustrating. And I've run into that with my Thor as well, but these figures feel really sturdy, more in line with the SH Figuarts. So yeah, man, I paid a lot. I was a little bit upset that I paid so much for them and then got hit with the duties on top of it. But I think I can honestly say that it's worth every single penny. I'm thrilled with my purchase. Can't wait to get these posed up on the shelf. So without further ado, let's head over there and let's get them posed. All right, so here's my diorama if you guys haven't watched that video on how I made it. So here's my plan. I'm planning to sort of recreate the scene when Nezuko and Tanjiro join together and fight Rui, even though obviously we don't have Rui. So I'm gonna have them both right in the center. And I'm gonna have Tanjiro right here with his flaming sword, and then I'm gonna have Nezuko up here. So the plan is to have Nezuko from that picture. And then I sort of wanna have Tanjiro like this with the big flame effect. Some of that might be limited on how much I can articulate these figures. We're gonna see how it goes. So I'll probably hit you guys with a time lapse, and then we'll get some B-roll at the end. So let's get it. Alright guys, so I learned how to use the fire effect. So here's a picture here. I'm sure you've seen it. I've seen it before as well. I just didn't really realize. Now having the figure in hand, I can tell. So I'm just gonna go for this pose straight up. So the little part holds onto the fire, and so that is pretty awesome. So I guess I'm not gonna use the box, but it doesn't match that scene anyways. Maybe eventually if I change the pose, I'll put the box on. But yeah, we're gonna work on this pose here. So I'm definitely gonna need the flight stand and this little effect part, and hopefully it turns out good. Quick tip for you guys, if your figure feels like it's too heavy for your flight stand, sometimes the figure isn't actually too heavy. If you just take your screwdriver, you can tighten some of these bolts and it won't sort of fold over. Alright, Tanjiro is all posed. I think he looked great like this. I didn't have to use the little clamp. He seems like he's going to stay out. If he ends up falling over, I'll put this on. I just feel like it looks better without it. But yeah, let's get Nezuko going. Alright guys, sorry that last clip cut short. I ran out of storage on my phone, didn't realize, but here is the final product. I ended up not going with the sort of hanging down pose with Nezuko. She just looked weird. She looked like she was like floating in outer space, just upside down. So this isn't totally accurate to the show, but I don't know. I don't care about that as much anymore. I used to care about that a lot, everything being like perfect to the anime, but I just like having cool poses now, and I like having them as the sort of central focus of this display. So here she is. I still have her blood demon art, the deluxe hand, and then we've got Tanjiro here in the middle with her with the fire on his sword, and then I'll have the other characters sort of along the edges here. I think it'll look really cool. They'll remain the focal point. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments if you're collecting this line as well, and what character you want to see them make next, aside from the ones that have already been announced for pre-order. But yeah guys, like I said at the beginning of this video, more videos coming on the way. If you guys want to see more Demon Slayer stuff, you want to see me make videos when my other figures come in, if you enjoyed this one, make sure you leave a like so I know that you enjoyed this video. More videos coming soon. I'll definitely be making a Dragon Ball video soon as well. So yeah, if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and until next time guys, peace.
Train on the beat.